What if I went like this?
All right, we gotta make it a habit to not look at that screen.
Mike's just straight at it.
Mike's just like. All right, let's do this.
Walking Blind is hosted by overly emotional dudes who overthink and overanalyze everything. Nothing the hosts say should be taken as medical advice or opinion. They're not professionals, and they're about to make that very clear. So just kick back and hang with them, because you've earned it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Walking Blind podcast, episode 41. And it's kind of a big deal.
This is a huge deal.
First off, we want to make sure that we're normalizing checking in on the homies. Mm-hmm. Second of all, if you're watching on the YouTube channel and you're watching the video, some things might look a little bit different. Things might look a little bit
a little awesome.
There's still some things that we need to work out, but we are in the new studio. We're in the new spot.
Yeah, I imagine these next couple episodes there's going to
be some trial and error, and then you guys are also going to find out that in the background you're going to hear like some like little girl giggling or some laughing and stuff. That's Jesse. We've officially brought Jesse on and brought him off screen, off to the side to be our producer role and to help us with the cameras. So like, you know, if we want to switch to this camera, right, or we want to switch to Mike's camera, you know, or we want to switch to the main camera, we can do all of that. Plus, you can check our audio just in case we sound like dog shit.
Yeah, and if you want to eventually see Jesse on camera, because right now we can't afford to have him on.
Yeah.
We do have
we can barely afford to have him here, let alone on camera.
This is a pro bono work for him. This is you're working for the Lord. This is the Lord's work. Lord's work that Jesse's doing.
I think my favorite part about all of this though is like we never really told Jesse like, hey, can they hear you on camera or can they not hear you on camera? So he's trying his damnedest to like just sit there silently. Like not move. He's not making any noise. He's just nodding in the background. He's got headphones on. It's kind of awesome.
Depending on how well he does, at some point, we need to give him not one of these, but we'll give him the little hand one with the red with the red
the clown nose.
Yeah. And that'll be his.
Yeah, we'll give him a little talkback mic so he can talk to us. But we are in the new studio. We're in the new spot. We went to IKEA. Did we tell this story on the podcast? I don't think we did. No. We went to IKEA together. And the whole time we were there, we looked like a couple. Yes. I mean, like we looked straight up like we were dating. The only thing, like we were sitting on couches together. We were trying them out. We wanted to see what they felt like. The only thing that was different between us and the actual gay couple that was standing in front of us is they were rubbing each other's backs and we weren't.
At that moment, we were not.
Yeah, at that moment we weren't. So pretty much just the same thing.
Yeah, that was literally the only thing I was telling myself. I was like, oh, at least we're not like touching each other.
So this is just to put into perspective. This is part of like the big plans that we've been working on. Shout out to Fernando who came out to help out with electrical. Shout out to Chris Ballard for coming in and hitting the drywall and texture and insulation in here.
Shout out to Mike. Mike.
Shout out to me for spending all the money to put this in here. And then shout out to Perez for spending all the money for all our new gear and equipment. Yeah. You know? So, and shout out to Liquid Death for keeping us hydrated through the whole thing.
Mike would have died without you.
I would have died without Liquid Death. Because it kept me hydrated in the most healthy of ways.
Yes.
So,
well,
so I have. Okay. First off, sorry last week's episode was late because when we're recording this today, we're uploading last week's episode. It was a whole thing. I went and did a wedding.
Officiated.
I was a pastor. I was an officiant.
Pastor Alsaybar.
And I was in San Diego for a couple of days, and I came back, and pretty much from Saturday afternoon up until right before, like Jesse. Well, I was in the shower when Jesse showed up because I was like trying to get ready after just clearing up all this stuff so that the studio's all done. But we'll show you guys some pictures and some footage. We'll do like a separate video.
Yeah, a little walkthrough maybe.
A little walkthrough. It's not going to take long.
Yeah.
It's not big.
Yeah.
But it looks cool in here. And then I got like, it's like half man cave, half studio. Mm-hmm. The corner set up for voiceover. There's a PS5 in here.
There's a guitar that I'm seeing that I just realized is there.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, man. What about you? Let's jump into our mental health check. Let's jump into the real show.
All right.
The real reason why people are here.
So, for anyone jumping in that's new to the show, we call it a mental health check. This all started by Mike and I just hanging out and basically venting over coffee, and that's kind of how the podcast came about. So all we do is basically just we kind of just talk about where we're at mentally for the week, and kind of what we're either doing to help us, if we're going through something, what we're doing to help us get out of it, or what we're ignoring to do and why we're still in such a funk. So
can I just say one thing I ignored was to put lotion on my knees, and I just realized that I'm all ashy on the main camera.
It's all right.
Here, but,
can you see your legs?
A little bit.
Can you see that I'm sitting this way? Because
luckily
if that's the case, I'm gonna sit like an adult.
I think you were fine the way you were before.
Okay.
I think everybody could tell by your posture which way you swing. Yeah.
I was really hoping. I guess you can. Shoot. Okay. I was really hoping that you couldn't see down there, but
it's all right.
Yeah, but all right, mental health check where I'm at. So this week, I feel like I've been good. I feel like this has been, when it comes down to my diet and all that stuff I've been doing.
Yeah.
Not my best week. Yeah. Not my best week. Which has resulted in me needing naps.
Really?
Which is crazy. Yeah. But I think overall I've been in a good place mentally. A lot to do with the fact that, despite me having more cheat days than I would have liked, I'm still not doing sugar when I can. That one I've been pretty strong on, the no sugar thing. And then I've been strong with my jump rope.
Nice. Weighted jump rope.
Weighted jump rope. I'm slowly getting better. And so now it's like a new thing that's like, I'm going longer, but like I'm realizing like I can't go that long until like my legs start like cramping up. I have to stop. But I think it's been helpful for me mentally. We have a lot going on. I have a lot going on personally with like all the bands I'm in. And then this has been exciting, wanting to like take steps to make this be what we want. Like we're arriving. Yeah. We're arriving. So a lot of cool things coming up. So I've just been using my diet has been very helpful, which has kind of been relaying or going into my my sleep has been better, which has been also another thing that's helpful. And then just being able to exercise every day, I think it's really put me in a good place. But that's me. Where are you at?
Oh man, I feel like a lot of stress has been lifted on off of my shoulders. Not just because of this, but because like the wedding's done. I was low key freaking out a little bit about the wedding just because it's my cousin, so it's so much more meaningful and important. Yeah. Now, granted, like I couldn't fuck it up enough anyways for them to not be married because they were already married. Right. But it felt good to just get it done. But dude, it was so hot in San Diego, and the wedding was outside. Oh. So I was wearing a suit, right? And then we show up like hour early or so to take pictures, and I was drenched in sweat, dog. Like so bad that in between there's like a cocktail hour for like almost an hour and a half. I went up to the room, I showered.
Oh, nice.
And then I put the same clothes back on. It was just moist.
No, that's a pro tip. That's good.
But it like I don't have the stress of like, okay, let's get it done. Let's get taken care of. Like I feel good about that. And then on top of that, like just the fact that we're in here and we're recording. Like there've been we kept pushing, like we're like, oh, we'll be in there by episode 35. Yeah, we'll be in there by episode 40. Yeah. And now, it's 41. But 41. I'm pumped on it. I'm like the way that it came together and the way that everything kind of fell into place, like worked out. There's a couple little things that need to be done still. I think sonically we've got it pretty good. Like these curtains back here help, and like some acoustic treatment or whatever in the rooms. But there's still some fine tuning that we can do. But overall, like, pretty stoked on it.
Yeah, it's functional. Like it's gonna be not just.
And the fact that the AC works great is it's so huge for us, because we're a bunch of thick boys. Like all of us in this room are pretty. We're not of the thinner sort.
No.
If you can't tell by all these 3 camera angles.
I've lost about 17 pounds, and I don't think people can tell. I don't think it's that noticeable.
So that's another thing too. Like I finally feel like I can start moving normally, and like I started like lifting heavy stuff again, because after I got my appendix taken out, like I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So for like 2-3 weeks now, I've just been like light work, like I'd be like, can you pick this up for me? Because I can't do it. So I feel like I'm finally starting to get back into like the swing of like real life. And I'm going to start like working out again, start running. Because now my focus, now that this is kind of ready, we have the Feels on Wheels build out that we're going to work on, but I need to take a little financial break for a little bit.
And I think this is good for us to get, because the Feels on Wheel, for people who don't know, is going to be a very similar setup as far as different angles, the cameras that we have. And so I think this is going to be a good trial and error for us.
Yeah, we're still learning. Jesse's still learning. Jesse literally learned how to do this stuff today.
Like 10
And when you
ago.
see us look off to the camera like this, one, that's because we're looking at Jesse, and two, it's also because we could see the screen.
Yeah, it's really hard not to look over there.
Luckily, Mike is positioned in a way where he could just look straight at it. Me, I have to like fully turn my head just to see it like this. But it's probably better off that I don't look at it, because I'm gonna be like, oh, we need to move cameras, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to focus on this. Yeah. So, but yeah, I feel like a couple big hurdles are out of the way, man, and I feel like we're. Next main focus, get some jams in for the Torch Culture shows, the NBR run, and get back in shape for that.
Way to jump rope.
I have like 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well,
because so back when I used to box with Felix, I know you can't tell by this body.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I used to like train with Felix and I was boxing and shit, like. It was always like, jump rope, because that's going to be the best overall body workout for you. And it's going to help your cardio, and it's going to, like, you're not going to tire out. So, like, what he would do is, like, put on a song and jump rope through the whole song, like the whole 3, because it's about 3-4 minutes around, so then 3 minutes of, So, I haven't been in that type of shape in a long time, though.
well, I used to run 2 to 3 miles, just go.
Just go.
Yeah. Which now sounds insane.
Now sounds insane.
Yeah. Well, dude, we had so a lot's gone on in this past week.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of touched on a little bit on it. I want to know, at the wedding, did you have a speech?
I was the officiant.
Oh, I know. But aside from the officiating,
no,
you didn't want to get up on there one time and be like,
dude, what was
what I got?
You know what was hilarious though is my uncle. My uncle hijacked the best man speech and just took the mic and started.
Oh, no way.
I was like, oh no.
Was there drinks involved?
I don't know if he was drinking or not. I'm not sure. But yeah, I didn't have a speech other than like the officiant speech, and that was just like, let's get it done, get it out, go take a shower. So we did have another big thing happen this week. Is part of the Walking Blind extended family. Our boy Rawl got engaged.
Sure did.
Congratulations, big dog.
Michael, did you read my notes?
I didn't, but we knew this was coming. We knew it was going to happen. He told us, and then low-key I forgot. And then when he said it, I was like, oh yeah, sick. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Dude, it's really cool that he showed us the ring beforehand. Like,
and he was so excited.
He was so excited.
He was so excited.
I was. I don't know. I thought that was really cool. Thanks, Raw, for sharing that moment with us. I thought that was really cool. It was already rad that we were just hanging out for his birthday.
Yeah. She went to walk the dog, and he's like, check this out. Check this out. So that was cool.
So congratulations, Sabrina and Raul. What else?
What you got, producer Mike, on your?
So just going off of the weekend/weekend recap. I first off felt bad because I kind of had forgotten what my plans were this weekend because I thought I didn't have a whole lot to do. Actually, I thought I was gonna come here Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
That's what my plan was to come here. And then my buddy hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, do you want to meet at my house like in the afternoon?" And like I right away was like, "Oh, forgot about the John Williams concert."
Yeah.
So my buddy, he had an extra ticket and invited me to go see John Williams, who is 90 years old.
Which is, yeah.
And
did he actually come out and?
Not only did he come out and direct, he did like 3 encores.
Really?
So he would leave. Poor dude, 90-year-old man, dude. Poor guy, walked off stage and then his whole orchestra didn't budge. And so he came back out.
So let me ask you a question, and I mean this with like the utmost respect.
Mm-hmm. Did I know what was happening? I was kidding.
Did he know? Did he know? Does he move like an old man, or does he look pretty like a lot of pep in his step and healthy for somebody his age?
I mean, I wouldn't say pep in his step, but he moved well.
Yeah,
he doesn't move like a 90-year-old.
Because I remember back when we were like going to the cons and stuff, seeing Stan Lee there towards the end, towards those last few years, it was like he's moving like they're carting him around and they just put him in a stool for the pictures, and he was still very lively, but you could tell that it was just like they're just moving this gentleman around for show, and it kind of sucks.
Dude, I thought he moved around well. Like if he would have like been carted out there in a golf cart or something, I'd be like, that makes sense. Or a walker, or have someone escorting him. I would have been like, that makes sense.
What did you do? He just
90.
like hoverboarded in.
That'd be sick. Or like on the little segways or whatever.
Or like a little R2D2 like fucking float.
That would have been awesome. I would have expected some of that.
Yeah.
No, he walked out fine. And then from where we were at, I was kind of bummed because because they have like different like screens.
Yeah.
There's like this big screen right above the thing. I thought
that was going to be Hollywood Bowl?
Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a background of like a sky or something. Am I covering my face with that? It was like it was a background of a sky.
Over there, not there.
Right. Damn it.
We're new here, people. So he had a cover in the sky.
Yeah, so it was like a backdrop of the sky, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I was really hoping, because it was the biggest screen, I was hoping that it would just be focused on him so we could see him directing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was just the sky. And every now and then, you'd see a shot of him. But they really like focus on the orchestra and stuff, which is, it's cool.
That's fair.
But I wish they would have focused more on him. He did have a senior moment, which was kind of funny. So
did he make a joke about it, or were you laughing at an old man?
No, he made a joke about it. So he comes out to they open the set. They open the concert with
he comes out and he's like, "Open this motherfucker up. The fuck is up, Dave?"
But he comes out. They do the freaking Olympic song because he did that. Like,
he did the Olympic theme song?
I think so.
What?
I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say anything, but
I would think that he did, though, if they're playing it at his show.
Yeah.
Concert.
Yeah. In his 90th year of life. The Hollywood Bowl turns 100 this year. So he's only,
So, wow.
Dude, and he's telling a story about how he got his first job playing piano for a Fox movie or show or something.
Yeah.
And he was like 21, 22 years old.
Oh, shit.
So the dude's been in the business for almost 70 years, dude.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's insane.
That's crazy.
But, so his senior moment was, so he come out, he does the Olympic song, and then, he kind of welcomes everybody, and then he's like, all right, we're going to do 2 Harry Potter songs, and he kind of explains what they are. I'm not a Harry Potter person, so I didn't know. I don't know what these songs were.
You never read the books?
Mm-mm. I watched the movies, but I don't remember them. I feel like if I watch them again, I'd probably appreciate them more, but I don't want to watch them again.
Why?
Unless like, you know, like if there's a group of us or something and you guys don't want to see it, then I'll do it.
What if we do like a walking blind watch party where we all watch Harry Potter with Mike?
All right. In robes.
Oh, with our wands out?
Jesse like that one.
Just keep it off camera.
Yeah.
Keep it off my shot.
I'd be into that. Maybe, dude, I'm into that. I'd say we get my buddy John, the popcorn guy.
Okay.
We can sponsor that episode.
Oh, dude, we should talk to him.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
Like that. And so he talks about the Harry Potter songs, and so
I'm sorry, I want to make more wand jokes. Imagine like they're all weird shaped, or like some go this way, some go that way.
Some wands don't work. You know?
Some wands are just
they don't work like they used to.
Some are broken.
Yeah,
the magic's gone. Anyways, good.
But so he's like, yeah. So we're gonna do. He's like, so we're gonna do 2 Harry Potter songs, and then we're gonna do a song from Fiddler on the Roof, and the song.
Did he do Fiddler on the Roof, or did he just write songs?
I don't know.
Fiddler on the Roof.
I don't know.
Or is it just like, I'm gonna cover this sick jam?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like such a poser being there because like. There's clearly a bunch of people. Actually, I forget that like my buddy that I went with, like him and his sister both did orchestra together. Like they're both.
So they're big.
They're Filipinos. If this explains anything.
Oh.
So they can play violin.
Racist.
They play all the instruments. And so like all I know is like Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
Where they're like, hey, you have to come to see John Williams with us. Okay.
I mean,
he's a composer.
I mean, no, he doesn't sound like that at all, but that would be.
You can tell your friend you'll help him with your shed later, okay?
I don't want to laugh at this, guys, but it's funny.
I'm allowed to tell these jokes.
Yeah. I make it a point whenever, like, Martin and I got coffee on Saturday, and
and went to Olivia's without me.
Oh no, it was Friday.
It was Friday?
Yeah. You were gone.
When did I see? I saw Martin Saturday night.
Yeah. So yeah, this was Friday, and I go in there and I'm like, my coworker Ariel is Filipino. I'm like, Ariel. I was like, my buddy Martin, he's Filipino too. And Martin's like, dude, you've introduced us already. Like this is. I was like, oh my bad.
He's like, dude, Mike, we're cousins.
Yeah, that was my bad.
I know.
Bad. Yeah, Daily Brew has to make sure they always have one Filipino working. They had Mason.
For every shift or just in general?
No, it's in general. At the time, like employed.
Okay.
It was Mason, and when Mason moved on, they brought in Ariel.
Gotcha.
So yeah. But so he talks about Fiddler on the Roof and how there's like this really cool violin part. So this lady comes out and she just shreds.
Violin part or fiddle part?
Probably fiddle. It looked like a violin. I know a couple people that are probably like super like offended, like but just came out and just shredded it. So they go through Harry Potter, and they go into Fiddler on the Roof, and the girl like destroys it. Like she has this crazy solo in it, and then John Williams like goes and like talks to her. She kind of gives the okay, and he's like, all right. He's like, she's okay to, she's giving us the blessing. We're gonna do Schindler's List, which has like really iconic violin in it. So she does that, and then they finish that, and there's like this really cool moment because she again like murdered the part, and like she kind of like is hesitant to go back to her seat, and then she kind of like goes in, and she like talks to him, and he's just like, oh my goodness. He's like, I said we were gonna play 2 Harry Potter songs, right? We only played 1. He's like, I guess a senior moment. He's like, would you guys mind if we like go back and play the song? Of course, all the nerds were like, yeah. I didn't recognize the song, but
you're like, I don't know what it was from.
Yeah, but anyway, so he had one. So going back to the how he's 90, he did skip one song, but it was cool, man. He did a couple Star Wars songs. and then he did. Something that's kind of cool. He did Indiana Jones, but he kind of went. He was talking about how there's a new Indiana Jones movie coming out, and the studio asked him or told him basically like, you should play the new song that you wrote for one of the female characters. And
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and so he was. I guess I was listening earlier to another podcast, kind of talking about this, and they're saying that John Williams doesn't normally like to play things until they're out.
Yeah, but
I think because they know this is probably his last run, the studio's like, you should do this. Like, and so
it's kind of sad.
I know, I know.
First off, there's a new Indiana Jones movie coming.
Yeah.
Did they recast Harrison Ford?
No, Harrison Ford's in it.
Harrison Ford's here.
Yeah. Harrison Ford. Fuck off. If you haven't seen Bruno, it's one of the best Harrison Ford moments ever.
Damn. How much do those tickets go for? Do you know? Like, how much are those Hollywood Bowl tickets? I know Andrew goes to a lot of those.
Really?
Yeah. He goes to a lot of those.
Dude, it's cool. I didn't know that the vibe was like picnic vibe, basically. Like you're allowed to bring
your own booze, right?
Yeah, you can bring your own booze, bring your own food. And so I thought, because my buddy was like, hey, like we're gonna get sandwiches from this place. Let me know what you want to get. And so we got it.
You're like stuffing it in your pants,
yeah.
Like when I walk in.
And he's like, no, like they had like bags, like like thankfully, like they've done this before. They've gone a couple of times. They saw like they're saying they saw John Legend there.
Damn.
And so like it's funny because they were like so prepared. Like they had like the heavy duty napkins, normal napkins. They had.
Wait, what's the difference between a heavy duty napkin and just like the thickness?
Just like a normal everyday napkin, and then a paper towel.
Oh, okay.
Kind of stuff.
A bounty, if you will.
Yes. And so, yeah, they were just super prepared. We had not cases. We had enough water. And so
hopefully it wasn't in plastic.
They're not sponsored by Liquid Death. And I didn't know it was that kind of party, where you can just BYOB.
Just bring your own.
Yeah, bring your own BYOD, bring your own death. But yeah, it was cool. I liked it. It was fun, like I think the whole concert itself was like 3 hours or something.
Oh, okay.
What was not fun was
the heat.
The heat. It wasn't too bad. There was like I was gonna say there was a breeze. It was a warm breeze, but it was like somewhat of a but the parking situation was rough.
Ooh, yeah.
So we were kind of stuck. We were at the bottom too, which apparently is like kind of better, but we were stuck there. And of course, I'm like looking at the clock because I open the next day. I open at 4. I got home just before 2.
Okay.
So it was worth it. A night with John Williams. No, John, and
it's just me and John.
Just me and John.
Couple wands, some lightsabers.
Yeah, shout out to Ed and Pam. Thank you guys for inviting me. It's fun. But yeah. What? Is there anything else you have from last week?
Nah, I'm pretty much just been working on this.
I spilled it myself.
I did that earlier and I just tried to play it off.
Yeah. I know you've had a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
Where are you at with Game of Thrones or Ring of Power?
Haven't started either one yet.
Michael, guys, that's how busy he's been.
It's been insane. Like even when I was in San Diego, like I thought I was gonna have a little bit of downtime. Nothing. I was buzzed and watched a movie at the hotel and then just knocked out. That was it. But yeah, it's been so crazy busy. Even like I can tell it's bad because I've gotten to a point where like my emails are all backed up. Like like my messages are all backed up. My everything is. You have like 178 unopened messages.
Relax, Jesse. It's not them. Just like, oh, that's right. You have seen my.
Yeah, we've seen it. I seen it. Yeah, so I'm behind on everything, and I need to start. Maybe I'll take some time and throw a couple episodes on. I heard Game of Thrones was sick.
It's pretty awesome.
I haven't heard anything about Rings of Power yet.
So they released the first 2 episodes, which was smart, because if they would have released just the first one, I would have been out. It was boring.
I always heard like you release either 2 or 3 at a time of anything. That way you give people an introduction, and then you give them a chance to get hooked. Yeah. Right. So like, listen to the first episode. Oh, there's one more. Listen to the next episode. Oh, there's one more. Now I can't wait. You know.
For anyone who remembers, we did that.
And if you guys didn't realize it, we actually released like 4.
That's right.
Because we split our first couple episodes up
2 episodes, but one
into a lot.
Yeah. So Game of Thrones is, I'm kind of releasing my fear of loving again for that world.
Are you allowing yourself to feel love?
I'm allowing myself to feel love. Let it in. I'm already getting hurt from that show, but like in the ways I want to get hurt by Game of Thrones.
I'm hoping that they realize that they dropped the ball and that they have to.
Yeah. Well, dude, George R. R. Martin is like, he's in this. Like he's a part of it. So if it sucks, I think it's on him. Yeah. But like those apparently.
Are there prequel books written? Yeah. There are. So these are based off of those prequel books.
Yeah. This whole series is
so they were like, okay, we'll take the shit that's already done and that you've done well.
The proven.
The stuff that we know that people like versus like the original series where he just had to ran out of books.
And he was, I mean, he should have been
still writing.
He should have been done. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone was anticipating for him to like, well, I bet for him, he was probably like, it's probably hard to get motivated when you're making all that money.
Yeah. When you're getting fuck you money and then all of a sudden, it's tough.
But I don't know. It feels, so there are 3 episodes in to Game of Thrones, the House of the Dragon. And it feels like Game of Thrones. Like you're already seeing the power plays starting to take place. You're already seeing like certain characters are starting to kind of show true colors, I guess, like it's a nice slow build. Like a lot of stuff going on, but it's a nice slow build. There's a scene. It's kind of in one of the trailers, so I don't think there's a spoiler. Nothing really happens, but like it's one of the most intense scenes from Game of Thrones.
Jesse's plugging his ears over there because he doesn't want.
I'm not giving away spoilers, but yeah. Like,
wait, Jesse, real quick. So here's what happens on season.
So Jesse,
it's not like you're that far away from us that if you take your headphones off, you're not gonna hear what we're saying.
Jesse has been because I'll speak for him. Since you'll work your way to a microphone, Jesse. Don't worry. You keep your nose clean. Work hard. But he basically felt like we were talking a different language because we were talking about Game of Thrones, and he was like,
"What?"
He's like, "I don't know what that is."
Wait, I don't
know what HBO is.
Out of curiosity, Jesse, like, why did you never watch it?
Never liked it. Never. I thought it was just nerd shit that was never really.
That's fair.
Catch on or something like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And then it became this big thing. And I was like, well, I can't go back and watch it now. So I don't want to go to like halfway 10th season or something like that and not watch the beginning of it. So.
Gotcha.
Jesse said because he doesn't own HBO. I don't know if you could hear him or not. He just said, I don't know what HBO was. That's all he said.
I'm not sure.
But Jesse being a G, he's like, you know what? I'm going to watch Game of Thrones and he's on season. He's almost done with season 2.
It's funny, when I was in San Diego, you're like, Jesse's coming to your house with me because Mike took care of the dogs one night, and we'll leave the other choice words that you guys said out of there. But then, and then I was like, I was thinking, because like I got the Nest camera notification when you guys got there, and then like an hour later or something like that, I was like, I never got a notification that they left.
And then
like another hour later,
eating his food, trying on his clothes.
I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
they were doing what they said they were, you know.
But yeah, Jesse's like, I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones. I was like, all right.
How'd you make it that far all the way to season 2?
When did you start?
Last week, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we watched, I think, 2 episodes, right?
I'd go like 2 episodes a night.
Mm-hmm.
So caught on pretty. I mean, there's only 8 episodes in the first season.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty quick.
It's true. Huh? Yeah. But man, just watching those 2 episodes, I was like, oh, the show's so good. It was. It's such a good show until season 8.
I just realized that when we first started this show, remember we used to have Martin off camera and he'd have a microphone so he'd just randomly chime in.
Mm-hmm.
We should give Jesse the Martin mic.
That's what I'm saying. The one.
The clown nose. We'll set it up for the next episode.
That's right. Martin just kind of stand on the side and just chime in every now and then.
What about Rings of Power though? Like, what's the deal?
Okay, so Rings of Power. So it was smart for them to do the first 2 episodes because the first episode was boring.
Was it just setting
slow, dude? It was setting it up, which is like cool for like the first 20 minutes. That stuff's cool. Yeah. Like Gladriel is like explaining like what the world was before and all that stuff, and like that stuff's cool.
Did they try and introduce like 7 characters in the first episode?
Coming, yes and no. Like you kind of focus on the Heartfoots or whatever they're called. They're like the pre-ancestor of the Hobbit.
They're called the Heartfoots?
I think so. I don't know.
Hardfoots or Heart?
I think it's Heart. I'm not sure. I gotta watch. I'm not gonna watch that first episode again, but I will watch the second one.
Give me the recap of the first episode.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's good, and visually it's like amazing. Like the scope of the show is pretty big already. Like they're showing you, it is kind of cool. They show you where the elves are from, like their world, and then kind of them coming to Middle Earth, and that whole thing. And so, like, it was just like the first episode was just kind of, it was just super slow.
Yeah. And
then when it finally picks up, it's like, oh, it's over, okay. And then the second episode though, it's I don't want to. I mean, it's not. I don't know if this is a spoiler. Just kind of. I'm gonna say it, whatever. In the Lord of the Rings, they go to they follow I forget his name, the dwarf's name, and he's like, we're gonna take this passageway to see my cousin
Gimli.
Like he's like, we're gonna go see my cousin. He's gonna welcome us.
That's where the far over.
Oh yeah,
that's where that's from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, basically, you get to go back there, but now you get to see it in its full glory, and it's
like
amazing.
In the mines.
Yes, it's that itself is like the show for me. Like that, it's that.
Are they singing?
Was there singing? I don't remember. But that whole part visually was awesome. Like it was so cool. And then there's like another thing that, like they follow the different characters, and like right now the big focus is on Gladriel and her journey and stuff. And so that was all cool. So it ended. Second episode had a much better pace. It was like a lot more going on, and so I actually do want to watch like the third episode. But had it just been that first episode, dude, I don't know.
You wouldn't go back?
I don't know, man. That was rough.
That sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, potentially this could be awesome. Apparently, it's like the most expensive like show ever made. But I mean, it kind of looks like a freaking movie.
That's the when you look at budget numbers for these types of shows, it's like usually insane.
Yeah.
How much money they're spending on these things.
Yeah, this is Amazon spent, I guess, like an insane amount.
Well, they have the money to spend.
Yeah, and what's nice is like this whole, I don't know who Vane was into or not, but it's like She-Hulk, which has been getting better. She-Hulk.
Still haven't watched any of it.
You haven't seen She-Hulk either? I think it'll be good to watch them consistently, like right after another.
Yeah.
Because after I saw the first episode, I was kind of like, I don't know. The second one came out, I was like, a little better. Third one I thought was a lot better. People have an issue with the ending, but I don't care. It's
Wait,
like
the episode of the series
of the third episode, like
I was is it done already?
No, they have end credits for each episode. First one's really funny, but yeah, there's like She-Hulk, and then there's Game of Thrones or House of Dragon, and then The Rings of Power, and it's nice.
You gotta play catch up.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have fun with, especially being able to watch them like one after the other. I think that's House of the Dragon. Is like they just been releasing the one episode, and it's the first one was sick.
Yeah.
Second one was sick. Third one is freaking rad.
Yeah, check it out. Well, check it out.
Yeah. Before we go into community topic, this has a little tie-in. This is actually a note from like 2 weeks ago that I overlooked. Got some sad news this week. NOFX announced that this is their last, I think, going to be their last cycle of touring until next. So next year will be it for them.
Wait. It's their last cycle of touring. Period?
Yeah. So, yeah.
As a band?
So, yeah. So they're breaking up next year. And so the tours from whatever they book until now and then is it.
Fuck.
And the last show will be in Los Angeles.
You know how hard it's going to be to go to that show?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to go.
Yeah.
But I don't know how, but we're going to go.
Yeah. They've been a band for as long as I've been alive.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Did they say why? Or are they just like, hey, it's time to hang it up?
Part of me feels like
my kilts.
So we watched that Punk and Drublick,
The
documentary. So part of me feels like I truly believe that Fat Mike would do this until he dies.
Yeah.
And he's worked hard at that.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah. He's been going for it.
Yeah.
To say the least.
So I feel like part of me feels like, and maybe this is my conspiratorial mind. I'm okay with, but it might be nothing. It might just be like, hey, we're older dudes, we don't want to do this anymore. For whatever reason, I don't believe that they're just done with how long they've been doing it, and like the fact that they can do whatever they want. They put that festival on because they wanted to, basically. Like they can do anything. They can play. They can take a year off, which they've done in the past. Yeah. They can, book whatever tours they want. They could book one show a year if they really wanted to, and it would do well. I think something's going on, and I think we're gonna hear about it. Like,
as in, like,
I think someone may have a health issue.
Yeah.
Or there is been problems within the band.
I also think that like as much as like a band like that, and as much as those dudes like kind of they've made their careers off of doing and saying whatever the fuck they wanted, right? And then now we're in a time where you can't do and say whatever the fuck you want. As much as you like may want to, or as much as it's just like, I don't care. Like you could still not care and it still fuck your whole career up. Right? And there could just be like a part of this that's like, well, we can't, it's not the same as it was before. Like
it's not fun anymore.
Like they got essentially kicked off of their own festival tour. Like that's the Punk and Drublick was their thing. And then, obviously what they said was a little insensitive.
But that's NOFX.
But that's NOFX. Like that's what that's what they do.
Yeah, they say offensive shit.
It's not. It wasn't like that's just on brand for them, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that now the world is in a place where they go, that's not okay, and then they're just done. Like that sucks.
Yeah, I get that they had to like step back, let everything boil over, and then come back. Part of me wishes they had just kept going.
Yeah.
But
But when you're dealing with sponsor money and when you're dealing with people like paying your bills, essentially, like you kind of have to play ball at some point. But I also feel like they've made enough money, that they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, they're gonna be fine. Again, why I feel like because they don't need to tour.
Yeah.
They could play, like I said, they could play once a year if they want to. They could take a year off. They sing about it. Some years we just take off.
Who do we know that's some way, shape, or form attached to NOFX?
Jake.
Because maybe we get the feels on wheels out there. Maybe we just pull a real big favor card.
Just big favors.
Huge favor card.
Dude.
You're oddly comfortable at that position, Mike.
My hands just knew what to do. I don't know. And then so that was bleeding into all I had was Mike listens to punk rock. That's all I had. I don't even know where we were going.
We were. I think Jesse was with us. We were going somewhere.
To Rawls.
The Rawls thing.
Rawls' birthday. Yeah. Get in the car. I hear I think it might have been like a Bad Religion song.
It was Bad Religion, yeah.
And it's Bad Religion. They can make their way into any playlist, I feel, at this point. But what got me
was the anti-flag, right?
Anti-flag.
Yeah.
All I hear is, "You're gonna die for your government." I was just like, Michael.
Literally from the backseat, all I hear is, "Michael, what's up with all this punk rock?"
Yeah, I was like, what is happening?
I was like, I've been hanging out with you too much, apparently. I don't know.
Yes. So yeah, anyway, just thought I'd share that Michael on his own was listening to some punk rock, some Anti-Flag, some it's funny because I let a couple slide where I was just like,
maybe just showing up in a playlist.
Randomly, got tied in with something else. Maybe he's got Pandora on. I don't know. Yeah.
Speaking of music, we've gotten some pretty good feedback so far on the Torture Culture EP. Had even some Walking Blind listeners and people like reach out. Like, yeah. So that's rad. Thank you guys for that. It's sick.
Dude.
Even Jesse was commenting on some songs. So
Are you feeling because there was a
oh no, I'm still nervous.
Okay.
Yeah, I still feel like we're gonna be that band that just like we stick out like a sore thumb. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, no, dude, you're gonna have fun.
To me, I think as long as people have heard the songs and know the songs, it'll be fun. So
yeah,
we just gotta start jamming, start practicing, and rip these shows, man. They're gonna be fun.
I want these shows to sell out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to promote as much as I can.
I got to start pushing a lot more too. My brain has been 1,000 other places. And now I'm like.
So much so that I learned Linktree.
Did you put the purchase tickets on the Linktree?
Yeah. It kind of happened my accent because I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But I did, I just put I made each show its own link. So Tacoma, you just click it and it'll take you to the pre-sale. Portland.
Technologically advanced Mike.
Yeah. Big things, guys. I'm learning a lot here.
As you guys can see, if we cut to the main shop, Mike has his whole technology set up here at the couch.
Yes. But, whatever. You guys can find it.
I made a link tree, but I don't know where to go to find it.
As you're saying that, I'm like, it's you know,
my iPhone 6 and my 2011 MacBook.
It's somewhere here. I even made my own. I made my personal
link tree.
It has the podcast. It has burner state, MBR, and then I even put for my.
He has to read it so that he knows what's on his actual link tree.
On that, I found the MBR one. It was tied to my. It was tied to the MBR Twitter. But yeah, I got the pre-sales for Portland, Tacoma, and the Big Dipper, Spokane.
You gotta send me those links. Send me those links.
I'll send you the link tree. How about that?
Speaking of merchandise, we're another big hurdle that we're going through is we have 2 shirt designs, almost actually 3 shirt designs for Walking Blind that we've been deciding whether or not we wanted to handle a physical like merch order, inventory, leave it here, send it out. And I'm already doing that for Torture Culture, and it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
Sucks, right? Dude,
we have because we have the Torture Culture, tortureculturehc.com merch store. So go ahead and go check it out and order some caps and some shirts and but we're planning on doing some stuff for Walking Blind. But here's the real and honest thing that we're considering is that we don't really know what the audience would be and who would want to buy merch and what to get, right? What sizing we should do, like we don't know.
Yeah.
So we're looking through a couple different options where we wouldn't handle the inventory. We do like a print on demand type thing where the designs will be available. You guys can order them. And this will be on more than just shirts. It'll be shirts, coffee cups, posters, bags, like just print on demand type things to where it might take a little bit longer.
Koozies probably.
Yeah. Like the shipping might take a little bit longer than like a day or two. It's not Amazon. But, we're going to find a way to get that merch out to you guys. One of the shirts is sick. One of the shirts is
I like them both.
Yeah. Super dope. So.
And I want to wear them on stage.
Yeah, we got to work that out too. Plus, we got a Feels on Wheels shirt coming too. That's going to be rad. So, yeah, we got some merch on the way, which is going to be fun and exciting. And we've got a potential event coming that we've been planning out too, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's good to go, by the way. Like, as far as, like, whenever we just got to pick a day.
All right, well, let's jump into the community topics. All right.
So our community topic, we have 2 of them. One of them is more of a fun one. And it's sent to us by Raul. This is just the Raul episode. His topic was he wanted to know funniest concert moment.
So I think I've already, you said you weren't going to use it, but this is kind of, this has got to be like I've told this story on the podcast before, I'm pretty sure, but we were on the road together, Creative Void MBR, and they put us in, where were we in NorCal? I forget where we were. We were in
Vacaville.
We were in Vacaville. And so we get there because we think the show's at 6, right? So we all get there early to load in, and they're like, "What are you guys doing here?" They're like, "It's a show," and they're like, "We don't start till like 9." They're like, "Oh, well, we're all here," and they're like, "Well, here's a bunch of drink vouchers, right?" So as it happens when you get the Riverside boys all together, everybody gets hammered, right? So we go to start our set, and like with Creative Void, it was always just fucking open note, jumping around, what the fuck is up? And everybody's jumping around, getting into it, and I'm up there fucking like throwing punches and stuff, and then I just hear and I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn around and Jake had tripped or went too far backwards, fell into Steve's kits, fell into Steve's drum kit, knocked over like all kinds of shit, and then he was so embarrassed that he was trying to pick stuff up while he was still laying down, and Steve's just looking down at him, smiling, like, "Come on, dog, what are you doing?"
I think I dropped to like a knee. I was laughing so hard. I was like screaming. I was like crying. I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard.
Chris had already like rolled his ankle just a little bit earlier. So like we were just all like just jackhammered shit.
Like day one. These guys were like already beating themselves up.
And then we had to stop and be like, hold on a second. We set the drums back up and we're like, let's try this again. It's just fucking open note. Oh man, that was hilarious.
That was funny.
That's probably, yeah.
I sound like I kind of wanted to use it as mine, but I'll let you. I still think mine, and I think I've talked about this before, was was Rick walking out with oh my gosh, what's the band name?
In Florida?
It was in Florida. Oh my goodness. It'll come to me. But yeah, it was this huge venue.
Chris Kirkpatrick was there from NSYNC.
Yes, he was. That's for reals. And but that was about it. Like there wasn't very many people there. It was really small, massive venue, no one there. But the band, Modern Day Escape. That's what they call. Kudos to them. They were like, we're doing this. We're gonna do it. They did their intro, music like this. I think there might have been even Smoke Machine, and so they come out, and they're coming out like it's, like it's a sold out show.
And there's like 3 people there.
Yeah. Which on its own kind of was like, whatever. But I didn't realize until it was happening. But Rick, our old bass player, was walking out with them. They had no idea. He was like right behind them. And he was just doing what they're doing, like
waving.
Like, oh, dude, it's so funny. That's that.
Have you ever walked out? Have you ever done a walkout? I've never played in a band where I've done a walkout.
Oh.
It's always just like we're all on stage. I'm looking around like, we good? All right, let's go.
I mean, I feel like NBR's had like maybe an intro.
Yeah.
But not a walk. I don't think I've ever done a walkout.
Have they ever been on stage playing and then you came out like...
No. For anyone listening to audio, we're making powerful arm gestures.
Power poses.
Yeah. Kind of like you're welcome that we're here. So great to see me.
Yeah. Thanks for watching me.
Yeah.
I know these guys are out here playing, but guess what? I'm here now.
I think there has been like talk where we're like, maybe have an intro, like we ring out, then I come out. But then it's like quickly like,
There's some part of me that's like, oh, that's pretty rock and roll.
Yeah.
And then there's another part of me that's like, I'm not very rock and roll,
Yeah. And it also, I mean, I feel like I do my own sound check. So,
true.
But even actually, no, there've been tours where like they'll kind of check the sound for us, or we'll do it earlier. So more or less, like I know that it's dialed in. I could theoretically walk out, but yeah, I don't think so. I think there's something about I just want to be there. I kind of want to like say what's up to people in front if I recognize them. I'm also like too in my head. I'm like too like focused to be like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you get I think we've talked about this, but do you get nervous right before you play? Or do you get to feel that like I get nervous right before we're about to start. Even like when I was at the wedding, Philip was making fun of me for it. He's like, you're about to hit that, like, and I'm like, fuck, you're right, I am. What I equate it to is, did you ever watch Creed?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when he's like got his gloves, his hands wrapped, and he's sitting there in the locker room. He's like, I got a shit.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what it is for me. Like right before, it's like, oh fuck, and then I'm fine.
Yeah, no, I don't get nervous. Like right before, I think because I think I have such a routine for like warming up, getting ready, and then if anything, it's more of just like I want to get out there already. I want to like already do this. like I like performing. I want to like share what we, our music and message. I want to do that. Like that's exciting for me. And up before that, I have prepared so much that like I want it. I want to do it. I want to be. I think something else too. Someone told me. I think this might have even been back when I was still playing guitar for NBR. So like a long time ago. I think
the 90s.
Yeah. I think somebody had said, and I don't even think it was said to me. I think I just heard someone else say this and it stuck with me because I don't know. I don't think anyone had ever, called me out for being nervous or whatever. But I feel like I heard someone say, like, can anyone else step in and do your songs right now? It's got to be you, right? You're the best. You're the best for this right now. It's got to be you.
That's fair.
And so I don't know. I kind of heard that. I was like,
oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I hope no one has outworked me for my own songs, and
sometimes other people play cool shows for you.
Hey, you know what? We both lose because NBR has never played Sound and Fury. I have in your band.
Creative Void played Sound and Fury. I didn't.
Yeah,
because Mike filled in.
I was being a G. I saved the day. You guys did get. We got the first, circle pit and stuff going.
Sick. Moving on. But yeah, so I still hold Rick walking out with Modern Day Escape is one of the funniest things I've seen at a show. I've seen all kinds of funny things. When Ryan joined the band officially, we didn't ask him to do this. He did it on his own. This dude, he wore a thong during Casey Jones' set and stage dove. Nice.
No one asked him to do that. No, that wasn't like us being like, you do this, you're in.
He's like, I just wanted to celebrate being in No Bragging Rights.
Yeah, pretty much. So we told him, and that's what he chose to do. So we're like, all right, well,
cool.
So yeah. Then the last thing we can end with this, kind of a more serious one. Think about it now, we probably should have gone serious and then ended with something fun, but whatever. Here we are. Our buddy Chris asked how to deal with mental health and pain without being on prescription drugs.
Okay. This one's tough because everybody's scenario is a little bit different. Everybody kind of has their own, not only their own diagnosis or their own but they also have their own ways of handling it and dealing with it, right? Like for me, when it comes to any type of medication, I hate it. Like if I'm being completely honest, like I really hate taking any type of prescription drugs, even like for pain or like things like that. And I think that like it just really depends on what your approach is to handling your mental health. I don't want to say issues. Issues sounds weird to me. But whenever, with whatever you're dealing with or whatever you're going through, if you have the mindset of like, I can talk my way through this, I can, rationalize things in my head and I can work through this, then I think that that's something that, that is more beneficial to you than to take a medication to kind of try and level you out, right? There are, though, going to be cases where medication may be your best bet.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, It's one of those decisions that you really have to make for yourself, like whatever the case may be, when it comes to taking some sort of medication or being medicated, especially with, when it comes to your mental health, like a lot of those medications are going to be a daily thing, so you're going to be constantly taking the medication. Yeah. And, if you find an alternative that works for you, in my opinion, I would say go for that alternative as long as it's not self-destructive, right? Because when it comes to medications, they form habits, they can form addictions, things like that.
Side effects,
yeah. But it's tough to give you like a straight up like do this, not that, or handle it this way, because everybody's path and everybody's situation is different. It could be a scenario where medication might be one of the best things for you for now. Yeah. And then also kind of remember, if you do decide to go the medication route, that doesn't have to be permanent. Right. It doesn't have to be something that you're going to be on the rest of your life. Yeah. But yeah, it's tough to give like a general answer to that question.
I think if you want to go the non-prescription route, then I think you need to have like a good plan, and you need to be very, very like honest with yourself, and like, and really, like I said, if you're like make a plan, stick to it. You need to really work and figure out what your coping skills are, your coping mechanisms are. What are you gonna do to bring you back from something like that? Like, what are you gonna do when you spiral? Who are you gonna contact when you spiral, or you start feeling yourself spiral? Like, having things in place like that, I feel like it's kind of a must if you're not gonna go that route. If you're not gonna go, and I respect that. I have people that hit me up all the time. They're like, yeah, dude, I'm going through this, but I'm not gonna take meds, or I'm not gonna do this. I'm like, okay, like you gotta think of something else to do. And something that I've been finding out for myself, I've always kind of known this, I've heard it, but I've never really known how to explain it, because I feel like this is also a very different thing for different people. I think diet has a lot to do with some of this stuff too. Yeah. Something I'm finding for myself is
diet and exercise.
Diet and exercise for me has been huge. Like, just the whole, cutting sugar out, stuff like that. Like, that for me gave me a clarity, like a thinking, like it made my thinking better, made me handle things a lot better, a lot easier. I felt like I had more energy. It wasn't, there's a lot of times for myself that like I can definitely get tired and I need to sleep, I need to rest, and I'll do that. But then I'll notice that like I start doing it like 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row. I'm doing it all the time and longer. Like basically losing days unless someone calls me to do something, or I know I have to do something. But it's I really that's why I don't like to think of like what I'm doing with my new eating habits. I'm thinking of it as a diet.
It's a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change,
I think also to kind of piggyback off of what you're saying, if you decide to go the non-medication route, or if you decide to go the medication route, I still think, and I think I've said this on another episode, you should really get the knowledge of what this medication is and what it's going to do for you. What a lot of people don't realize is that there are people that you can call, or you can even call your doctor, or you can specifically call pharmacists that will, wow, that word came out very rough. Pharmacists, where they will actually do like almost like it's not really a consultation, but it's like a medication appointment. Well, they'll explain to you what the medication is, what it does, what the dosages are, and then like what type of side effects that you could have with them. Because like it's really easy to read it on the packaging, or like listen to the commercials where like in the really fast fine print, they're like may cause bloating, diarrhea, sudden death, things like that. But they do have like prescription appointments that you can do where you can find out what these medications will do and what they're going to help you with, what they could be harmful for, things like that. So there's plenty of resources. Try not to jump too deep into the internet, because you're going to find so much shit on the internet. And you're going to find a lot of opinion on the internet too, which doesn't necessarily help when you need factual information as far as your medication goes. So always, like Mike was saying, like have a plan if you're going to not take the medication, but also understand what that medication will do for you if you were to take it. That way you can make like the most informed decision for yourself, rather than, you know, just saying like, I hate drugs, I'm not going to do it, you know, because at the end of the day, like whatever is going to keep you safe and keep you healthy is, you know, something that you're going to want, that we want to see, but you have to just make sure that you're being smart about it, because either route, you know, could have its ups and downs.
Yeah. And it doesn't hurt to get checked and find out, you know, like one of our friend Frankie, like she was telling us that hers was like more of a deficiency in something, right? Mm-hmm. I think what she said. So, you know, when you know kind of what's going on, like you said, then I think it makes it easier to find like more holistic things, because then you can you know, if they prescribe you, you know, whatever medication is, you find out what is this improving, what is this helping me, what is this filling in the blank, like filling it in for. Then you can, you know, that's what I was doing with my buddy Brian. You know, then you can look for more natural approaches. You can look for more things in food, or you know, I don't know. I know people that do like oils and things, or scented things that are helpful for them. There's a lot of stuff, but yeah, just make a plan. Like if you're not gonna do prescription drugs, then you need to find other things to do, and I think also finding ways to do something in your life that gives you like purpose, you know, or gets you doing something, even if it doesn't have to be something crazy, like something massive or grand, you know. It's just I don't know, something that brings, like, you know, you feel good doing, you know. This doesn't sound crazy coming from me, but like I'm understanding why people start like gardens, and why people start growing their own food. Like
we had this conversation the other day, where we were driving, and I took Mike to a barbecue spot that was right down the street from his old job that he didn't know about. Right.
That was good though, because that would have ruined me.
But we were driving, we were talking about like self-sufficiency and being in a farm and stuff like that. And Mike like goes like, yeah, it'd be really cool to have goats. You could have like goat milk and goat cheese. And I was like, yeah. And then we're both like, but I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
Like, it sounds so nice, like live off the grid and like be like you know, have your you know, have a farm basically.
Yeah, like a little homestead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just sounds difficult.
Yeah. I guess like just to kind of like cap off what we were saying, whatever you decide, whatever path that may be, you know, there are other options, mm-hmm. but just before you decide to jump in on it, like there's this artist who has a song called Peanut Butter Waffles, right? And that song is like 1,000% me. Like one of the lines is like, I make life decisions in the time it takes to brush my teeth. I'm pretty sure that's a line. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. 1,000% I get that. But like, don't, you know, make sure that you're well informed before you make this decision. Make sure that you understand kind of the ins and outs and the whys before you do it, because at the end of the day, like, you know, your health is the most important, you know.
Yeah, there's sounds kind of, I know, like say you want about LeBron, because he's like a 6'8".
He's an anomaly.
Yeah, but he spends like $2 million on his body and health, like his health basically.
It's insane. Like
$2 million.
Insane.
You know, and there's a reason why he's playing that well at 35, 36.
I'm not even old.
I know. In NBA though, it's like.
Have you seen that meme where it's like, here's me at like 30, and I'm like, I'm still young, I still got all the time in the world, and then you're watching baseball on TV, and they're like, here's the oldest player in the league, he's 35, and it's a miracle he's still playing.
Look at him defying the odds. Like, Yeah, that was tough for me to hear. People that like I would have been playing. I could have been, you know what I mean? Like, they graduated in 2002, retiring from the league.
Dude. Oh, what is this? He's 37.
37.
He was born December 30, 1984.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's funny. So yeah.
We have one more thing to bring up. Also on a sad note, which I hate ending a show on a sad note. But our boy Chris lost his father. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I texted him. I haven't heard back from him, which granted, I probably wouldn't respond back either.
Yeah. He's probably
I
got
just
what's going on.
found out Saturday. And I know that he's probably going through it, you know. He had already lost his mom and now his dad, so that's tough. And then on top of that, like, you know, I've talked to him here and there since they moved across the country. And I haven't really heard too much from him, but I can only imagine still you're like in a new place. Yeah. You know, yes, you have your kid and your family with you, but at the same time, you don't have all your friends around. It's not like he could just be like, yo, let's go grab a beer. I need somebody to hang with, you know? Yeah. So, keep Chris in your thoughts and your prayers if you pray, because that's tough, man. It's not an easy scenario, not an easy situation. Well, what a way to end the show. Talk about a downer.
Yeah. Chris is a good dude, even though he's not here. Like, he moved, but I feel like he knows he's got a bunch of support and friends and family out here that are thinking about him, love him.
In time, he always does. He'll reach out. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Everyone handles stuff like this differently, you know, and Chris has been through a lot.
Remember, he just randomly texted us about a trip, and then nothing after that, and then maybe that's. I don't know the timing of it though. I didn't really look to see what the timing was like, but yeah.
But anyway, love you, Chris.
Love you, big dog. Yeah, I don't want to end on such a sad note, but we'll say this.
Happy note, you know, good things. The good things that we've been talking about, the exciting things coming. This is we're in that era now.
Make sure you guys. I have some cool things that, like, in the process of moving and cleaning out the office and the house and moving into this new little studio space, I found a lot of like gems and relics from like back in the day. Like, there's some really cool like pop culture posters. There's like some things that, like, I'm thinking maybe we should set up like a Walking Blind little raffle
cool.
going on, because I want it out of my house, but at the same time, like, it's too cool of stuff to just like give away, and I'm like too lazy to go through and be like, oh, let's sell this, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I have MBR stuff that, like, in the past I would have been like, yeah, let's get rid of all of it, but because MBR has been so inactive, some of it I'm like, I kind of want to keep this now.
Yeah, there's I found a bunch of Creative Void posters, the original Heart Remains artwork.
Oh, okay.
You know, so yeah, there's some cool stuff. So maybe what we'll do is make sure you guys follow us, mostly on Instagram, because that's where Mike likes to post the clips. At Walking Blind Pod. Follow us on Instagram, walkingblindpod@gmail.com for your questions. But follow us on the gram, because we're going to be posting some stuff on there that'll be like giveaways and like kind of sneak peeks at some of the stuff that we're doing. And that's probably where you're going to see the first announcement about as far as the merch drops go. Yeah. You'll probably see it there first, because the show comes out weekly and we update that more regularly. Let's keep an eye on that.
Also, I keep wanting to say this after I had it in my notes, and of course I blow through it. Whenever we talk about something, I love it when our friends reach out. Yeah. You know, and it's cool, like, especially friends that know me personally, like, they'll text me, that's fine. Or they'll message me on Instagram, which is fine, but also I very bad at checking my messages there.
Yep.
But if you leave in the comments, it's so much easier to find.
Leave in the comments.
Yeah. The comments
on the YouTube channel too.
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. We have an email, which I don't think anyone's used.
I have a question. Do we lose a listener if Jesse's here listening live? Shit, we didn't think about this.
Jesse.
Did we lose a play?
I don't know. Dang.
I don't know if this is worth it.
Yeah. This may have been Jesse's last
first and last broadcast.
No, he'll listen. He wants to. He has to admire his work. He has to learn. He has
True.
to
Yeah, he has to see the final
He
cut.
wants to study. He wants to make sure his cuts were clean and fast the way he wanted them.
If you guys think we should give Jesse a mic, also comment that too.
We should make a goal for like, let's say by a certain time, like we should have. We'll go YouTube because I feel like YouTube is our lowest. Like we need to get like 70 views.
70 views?
I don't know. I want to say followers, but I'm afraid. I feel like
yeah, our YouTube channel.
That's what I'm saying. It needs a lot of work.
Hopefully, when they see this new camera setup and they see all these new things that we're doing, they'll hit the YouTube channel even more.
Yeah. Either use or even follow. Maybe if we get, I don't know where we're at right now.
I don't either. I don't look at those things because they tend to
get to if we get to 100, he gets a mic.
Interesting. Muy interessante. Don't check it for us, Jesse, because we don't want to know.
It's gonna be a sad number. We're gonna have like a lot of work ahead of us. We'll think of something. No, we're gonna get him a mic. But
we'll get him a mic. We get into this. My funny story. So we talked about the mattress firm being a money laundering.
Yeah.
And I had to order a couple mattresses and a couple twin size mattresses for a bunk bed. And mattress firm had the best deal online. So I was like, and they'll be shipped in a day. Okay. So I ordered them, and we just got a call right before we started the show about the delivery confirmation. So let's see if mattresses actually show up.
Yeah. Take back all our
everything. Be like, I'm sorry,
suspicions.
We're gonna refund you your money, and then it's like cartel cash.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So like, can you pay in cash?
Yeah. Can you by any chance pay us in dollar bills?
Yeah. So, but until it happens.
I will say this. Now that we're in this new space, I was a little worried that like such a small space would be hot. I'm a little cold.
Dude, same. I don't want to say anything because I know how freaking hot it is outside.
Because it's like 106 degrees outside. But I'm like, oh, it's chilly in here.
Yeah.
It's a good thing though because we're not sweating on camera like we normally are. But it's nice and icy.
I like it.
Hopefully the AC is not loud. I guess we'll find out on this episode. But
we just like wear hoodies during the episode.
Yeah. They're like, isn't it summertime in California? So.
Oh, cool.
Well, that being said, thank you guys so much. We're going to be doing a lot of new stuff.
New stuff.
A lot of nude stuff. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff here in the new studio. Like we're going to do some lyric breakdowns for like the NBR songs and Torch Culture songs. We're going to be just working on some new content. We want to, I know we had floated this before, but we want to like react to new music too. Like we want to check out new bands. Or like new music that we haven't heard before. So
and we can now. We have the whole setup.
Yeah, everything's here. So once again, make sure you guys follow us, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends. If you guys tell at least one friend and get them to subscribe and listen, that would be sick. Yeah. And if they can tell their friends as well.
And Jesse will get a microphone.
And then Jesse will get a microphone. And we plan to start getting some cool guests again.
Yeah.
Now that we're kind of like in a nice little zone, nice little area.
At some point, we're going to hold hands.
At some point.
Every time your hand goes, I'm like...
Let it be.
Yeah.
Let it be.
We're showing how straight we are.
It'll be like, as soon as we hold hands, the light will just go. Just turn red. All right. Well, Let's get out of here. Episode 41 in the bag.
Yeah.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.
Running back again.